Hello. Okay, it's working now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. My name is Jacob, and I go live just about every day on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. And today I'm going in for a second helping. New game plussing seems to become a more regular occurrence on the channel, but I just did not absorb enough of the story the first time through. So I wanna get a little bit more into it. I wanna see what else we can find. Okay, prescription for my partner. There's a couple of things here. There's a couple of things here that were major story beats that I didn't really pay enough attention to the first time through. The first thing is these damn pills, man. These damn pills that she's been eating on the entire game seemed to have been a much more important story bit than I ever thought. Okay. A fox's wedding is a common expression used for times when it rains while the sun is still shining. According to the older folk, they also used this expression for when a young girl was spirited away. Folklore pertaining to gods and spirits becoming infatuated with human women is not something unique to Japan and can be found across the world. Ebisugoka is no exception to this. Even here, there are old tales of young girls being taken away on a fox's wedding and disappearing forever. During the Meiji and Taisho periods, the town elders would apparently reassure the families of missing daughters that they had been swept away by a fox lord and now enjoying a life of luxury without care. That matches a bit of what happens. There was a thing that I read in the very beginning of my first playthrough that I'm trying to find again that talked about, let's see if I can find it. It talked about sulfur water breaking up from the ground. I can't remember where I found it. I don't know if it's here around the Shimizu residence. Maybe it was up here. I do know this time I am going to be having a closer look around. I'm already enjoying the Japanese voiceover more than the English voiceover. Okay. So the first detail that was added that I did not pick up on the very beginning was that the reason that Hinako is upset is because her father is finna sell her off in a marriage to pay off his debts. Which sucks, let's be real. That's pretty shitty. That's not cool. But the thing they don't talk about is to whom. Is this a cult thing and she was promised to Fox Guy? Because as far as I understand it, Fox Guy and everything that happens in the spirit world is not in reality. It's in the spirit realm. Oh, here we go, piece of paper. Although the most famous translated Western medical book remains New Text on Anatomy, there was a peculiar work by the name of Exotic Herbology. God damn it, dude. This thing is pissing me off. Stop. Holy fucking shit. Published in the 5th year of the Enei era, 1776 AD. Strange as the text was, it has been largely forgotten by history. A foreign missionary brought this text to Japan along with a curious medicine that would supposedly allow one to speak with divine spirits. This drug came to be known as Kakura Makakura by the locals. However, in order to have contact with the gods, one must first liberate one's soul. However, upon doing so, the individual will fall into a temporary state of unconsciousness, potentially leaving them vulnerable to malevolent spirits. So now we're getting more into the details. What? A photo attached to a research journal. It appears to be a clue collected by a researcher investigating the folklore of Ebisogoka. Regarding the legend of the sacred sword, however, it is said the sword's animosity continued to grow, even as it remained buried under the earth, so the people erected a sacred barrier around it using Jizo statues as anchors. If one wished to find the sword, they should start by looking for the Jizo statues first. It appears that the barrier works by creating a spiritual harmony that inhabits the sword's animosity. During this period, it was thought that everything was composed of 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Therefore, 5 was a number associated with harmony. In other words, there should be 5 Jizo statues, or 5 such statues located in this town. I expect tracking them down will prove a tremendous task. This is from Sakuko. Too cute for me, she says. Balcony key. Nothing in there. A book by a well-known expert on how to carry large amounts of supplies. Yo, get that inventory buff, baby. I'm going to be a treasure hunter. I'll make sure of it. And then I'm going to become a millionaire by finding treasure all around the world. And not just hunting treasure, a real treasure hunter sometimes takes down big scary beasts and bad guys. And don't forget they have to learn how to escape dangerous traps too. I was play fighting with the girl who lives next door when Mom got mad at me. She said, "What if you leave a scar on her face, then nobody will marry her? What's that all about?" I think that girl would be a really good treasure hunter, though. She always finds a hidden treasure when we play hide and seek. I want to become a treasure hunter with her someday. You're real good at this. Not any bozo could find this one. Too bad this isn't the treasure, but points for trying. You were so close. Hiya, you got stabbed by my doo-doo spear and died. Anyone looking around here for traps is no more than fodder. What? Faded bride doll. An old doll in the shape of a bride made from clay. It seems to have been forgotten for a long time. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I never got to explore that interior in the first playthrough. My main primary concern is I need more documents. Hinako became complaining of headaches in the middle school. Kutsu root and peony. I don't know if these are real things, but I've received reports that patients will sometimes make strange sounds. Housemates who whisper for family years. Fox possession. Local doctor's note. There was a thing I literally just picked up. Okay. You okay? Although there's most blah blah blah. This drug became known as Kakarura Makakura. Huh. Kutsu root and peony. All right, so this time, some things we've got to do to make sure we get the true ending is to not use any red capsules. What's up, Gaming Gone Wrong? Did we win yet? Yes. I got the very first ending. And the first ending is very strange, and the game is designed to be played again with another ending. And the first ending was crazy. In the first ending, it made it look like Hinako was having a psychotic break because of the pills she's been taking the entire game. And all the monsters she was killing were actually people. And at the end, it gives a police report of them talking about a woman who's at large, armed and dangerous. Why her of all people? So the first bit of context we've been given is did some solid progress on Elden today. Hell yeah. So the first bit of context that we've been given is they're adding things to the cutscene in New Game Plus. And in the beginning, when you storm out of the house, it's because Hinako's father is going to basically sell her off to be somebody's wife so that he can make money to pay off his debts. I want to try to see how much more information we can gather about what's actually going on in this playthrough. I don't want to leave a single document behind. Okay, let's see if there's any documents laying around. Some of the interiors of the buildings actually open now. Did I ever play Heavy Rain? No, but it has been recommended to me before. I've considered streaming it. Pretty good game. This part of the game just reminded me of it. Yeah, I might take a little break from the Souls-like games and try to do, like, for October, I might try to do scarier stuff. Because there's another horror game named Soma that somebody wanted me to play. I played a bit of that one. Run, bitch! Is that a new game they're making? Star Wars Eclipse? They don't ever really explain that. This painkiller should work best for you, though not only hits suspected caused by blah 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 blah. We're not gonna take the red capsules. We're gonna use the bandage instead. Quantic Dream is who making, I guess maybe 2030. Oh damn. Yeah, I don't want any of the red capsules. That's one of the criteria for getting the true ending. We don't take any red capsules. In fact, let's go to equipment, items, discard them. No red capsules. There's other healing items for the game. So that was one of the things that happened in the end of the first ending, is they made it seem like the capsules she was taking were driving her insane, and that she actually was having a psychotic break and murdering normal people. It happens. No big deal. That's funny. It's a funny story device in a time where people are trying to stick it to the right by taking Tylenol when they're pregnant. Yes, sir. New Game Plus. Yeah, so Sawyer, apparently there are other endings you can get. I mean, I did have like 7 6-hour streams. But so in the first ending they made it seem like Hinako had a psychotic break because of the capsule she was taking the entire game. And at the end of the game, there was like a police report of like a woman who was armed. I mean, it was only 2 days. But it made it seem like she was a crazy person who just murdered people. And the way that they designed this game is that there are particular narrative devices and parts of cutscenes that you can't even see until you New Game Plus it. So I really want to know what was going on in the story. So I'm going to New Game Plus it. I refuse to believe that this entire thing... I don't think that that's the truth. I think that that's how it was... I think that that's how it was tried to be spun. So there's this fog monster that's chasing you around the entire game. And basically, towards the end of the game, you start to figure out that... so Silent Hill games oscillate in between the real world and the spiritual realm. And you get to play in the spiritual realm. And as you do that, she like chops her arm off and replaces it with this crazy demon fox arm, chops her face off, and stitches on this fox mask, and like slowly starts to transform into the fog monster. And then you realize that this monster that has been fighting you is like a possessed version of yourself from the spirit realm. So, very confusing. Let's listen to what this says. No, time is not fluid. Not in the spiritual, or not in the physical realm. In the spiritual realm, maybe. But at the very end, you actually end up fighting yourself. Like, the girl that you think is Hinako in the spirit realm is actually a monster that's being transformed by this fox guy. And so I was doing research into the Shinto religion, and there are two entities that are associated with foxes. One of them is a god. I'll have to have you catch me up. I gotta go. Still working? Oh, okay. Well, I'll say it for the rest of the chat. In the Shinto religion, there are two entities associated with foxes. One of them is a god named Inari, and the other one is a okami called a kitsune, which is like a fox demon. And the entire game, you don't know who's actually guiding you through the spirit realm. Is it Inari, the Shinto god, or is it a fox demon? You're going to have to New Game Plus Plus. Now I see an ending that looks like fun. Oh, you're probably talking about the alien ending. Every Silent Hill has a UFO ending. That it's pretty fun. There are cases where patients see an improvement in their symptoms not by taking medicine, but rather by simply talking to a doctor. The cause of this phenomenon lies undeniably in the trust fostered between practitioner and patient. Conclusively, the pharmacists who have been trusted since ancient times perhaps could be said to contain a similar power to that of the local gods here. Even among the younger generations of this town, there are many who believe praying to Inari-san will soothe pain and speed up the healing process. One's fortitude of faith is thought to have direct relation to potency. There are even some town elders who claim to have broken bones miraculously mended after praying to Inari-san. I probably won't New Game Plus this, because as much as I am having fun with this game, the streams aren't really performing. A lot of the people who have been coming through for Bloodborne the last few weeks just aren't coming through right now. So I'm going to have as much fun as I can and dig in one more time. But for the health of the stream or the channel, I am going to have to move on. I'm not going to be able to New Game Plus this 3 times for every ending, which is what the game wants you to do. Do you get jump scared pretty good? I think that I am, I think that I'm inoculated to the jump scare. There are a couple that have scared the shit out of me a couple of times. But, I don't think I was ever truly terrified in this game as much as I was intrigued. How about the other games? Oh, Silent Hill 2 had me shitting my pants, bro. Silent Hill 2 Remake did it different. It did it much different. I haven't played any of the other Silent Hill games. I've only played Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill F. But I tell you what, when you get to Toluca Prison in Silent Hill 2, if you're not shitting your pants, you're not human, bro. Toluca Prison is like one of the scariest spots. It's probably the hardest level of that game. If you get Phasmophobia, I know the map combo to get the game in your head. I'm probably going to do that one because we're getting into spooky season. I'll probably do one more Bloodborne stream just to beat the game. And then I'm probably going to give the Souls games a break and just do scary stuff for October. This did freak me out, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw it. It's a fucking face. I hope that they do, man. If I'm honest, the last couple days, what pushed me through... Backdoor key. The last couple days, what pushed me through was my pure fascination for this story. Metal Gear Solid Delta pre-release actually performed better than Silent Hill F did. Here's something I noticed. What you got? The game is so new, the platform is saturated with streamers right now. If you come back 6 months from now, it would do pretty well, I bet. Yeah, but I'm not going to. Like, once I'm done with this game, once I stream it a couple of times, maybe I should stop doing the pre-release strat. Maybe that would be more effective once I'm a bigger streamer. Because you're right, to a degree. I guess I'm hoping to be a small fish in a very big pond and succeed. Nope, no red capsules. That happened... Well, I want to say that happened, but it kind of didn't. Because when Oblivion came out, bro, I had some good-ass streams with Oblivion. Yeah, I don't have enough of anything right now. It might depend on the game. I don't know, dude. I'm not dying anytime soon, so I'll just keep trying stuff. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I could also see this game being too slow paced for people. Yeah, maybe. Diary of Revenge. According to Nihon Shokai, one of Japan's most ancient history books, Yamata no Orochi, a colossal 8-headed dragon, demanded the sacrifice of beautiful young girls for it to devour. Upon hearing this, the wild deity Susanoo no Mikoto brought 8 barrels of sake to the dragon and lured it into drinking them. Once Yamata no Orochi had become intoxicated, he slew the dragon by chopping off all 8 of its heads. I heard about this. This is a Shinto tale. Alright, this is my only criticism of the game, is like, no other game is spazzing out when I'm trying to change. It acts like one input of the fucking directionals just means keep spamming. According to Ebisugaoka's oldest historical records, after being decapitated, one of the Yamato no Orochi's heads flew far west and fell between the mountains of Higanokuni. The head eventually came back to life as a poisonous water dragon that plagued the land for many years to come. Higanokuni is known now as Ebisugaoka. There are records of toxic gas leaks from the underground water streams in the past. It is highly possible that this is where the legend of the poisonous water dragon stemmed from. However, while the local records state that Yamato no Orochi's head flew here, there is no mention of this in Nihon Shoki. It's hard not to surmise that some shameless individuals put a religious spin on the noxious leaks to turn a profit and falsify connections using famous literature to solidify their claim. That is actually a story I heard online when I was trying to learn about Shintoism. So that's one of the things. I was watching different reviewers talking about this game and trying to say that it wasn't a proper Silent Hill game, and I fundamentally disagree, because all of the Silent Hill games beforehand were about they were about a spiritual nexus from the Native American religion called Toluca Lake. And essentially, the spiritual powers would latch on to a specific person or persons' psychology, and it would manifest through that person's belief systems. And this completely checks out. Ebisugaoka is a spiritual nexus of the Inari belief system, and it's latched on to Hinako, and it's playing out these horrors through her belief system. And the reason why it's so different than OG Silent Hill is because OG Silent Hill was from an American spiritual belief system, which is heaven and hell, demons and angels. Like, that's just what it is. But Hinako believes in more than that. She believes in yokai, okami, I think the other criticism was like her getting a fox arm. Yo, she just killed that doctor. Bro, if that was the actual true lore, is that she's absolutely insane right now, and she's killing everybody in Ebisugaoka, I would be so upset. I would be so upset. There's got to be a better ending than that. Like, that was a doctor that was trying to trank her, and it wasn't a knife, it was a tranquilizer needle. Can you beat this game without killing anything? No. No, you can't. There are, like, bosses that you have to fight. You can beat this game while avoiding combat. I'm not really trying to avoid combat right now because I'm searching around for more documents. I've got to fill out my understanding. because there was something about the medicine that she was taking that was driving her insane, which was a mixture of kudzu root and peony. I don't know what peony is, but I know that the kudzu water that you can drink helps restore your sanity. So it is related in some way to the spirit realm. Ooh, baseball bat. They're giving me more weapons earlier. Ramune. Let's offer this shit up, dude. I only want health items. So one thing I'm tracking on a piece of paper right here is we've got R1, which is, or R is reality, and there's SR, which is spirit realm. And I want to track how many, and UFOs, exactly. I want to track how many phases, because there are two Hinakos. There is Shimizu Hinako, who we're looking at right now. And then there's Hinako in the spirit realm, which is her like who she's to become. That's on a character arc level. That is her struggle. Is she struggling between who she is and who society wants her to become, which is basically a good wife for an abusive husband, because that's what everybody has experienced in Japan apparently. Since you were little, you dreamed of a different life. A family that owned a candy store instead of some stuffy old shrine. You'd never be able to own a candy store? Why's that? Would you eat all the candy? Let's whoop that ass. Okay. So there's our first transition. Reality 1, Shimizu Hinako, she raged out into unconsciousness, and now we're waking up in the spiritual realm. Offer up both flesh and blood so that our clan may prosper. Okay. We never had a look around this room at all. You know how the friends keep talking about her being dead? Wonder if that holds anything? Yeah, that's another thing I'm very, very curious to investigate on this playthrough. If she goes unconscious, Shu runs to get her, and then she wakes up in the spiritual world. What if in reality somehow she died fighting those monsters? And that's why they keep talking about her being dead, but I don't know. Let's have a look around. Is there anything to find? Not really. Okay. What's this say? Thy restless heart betrays thee as unfit for this auspicious day. Thou must first pay respect to the gods and the spirits of thine ancestors. A restless heart leads to a corrupt soul. Only through sufficient offerings laid upon many stands may thy soul be cleansed. Examine. I think this one goes over here. Examine. I think this one goes right there. Boom. We're just matching pictures on that one. No big deal. And this is where we meet the homie. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Hurry the fuck up.
それでは行こうか、ひなこ。
Bro, I just had a terrifying thought. What if this isn't the spirit realm and it's actually the real world? Let's search around in places that I don't normally search around. Because the opening of the game, this time, they made it clear that Hinako was upset because her father was going to trade her to be married. What if he's trading her to be married to some, like, cult? Some Inari-based cult in the mountains? Because he just said that was some nightmare, you shouldn't be so reckless. He treated it like everything that she just went through was in her head. For the purposes of keeping track, I'm still going to call it the spirit realm. But this guy definitely does turn invisible, which is a power of a kitsune. They never explain who the fuck this guy is, bro. There's our first spirit realm, Kaiken. Ceremonial dagger. The Inari statue is laughing, creepy. Bill Nye. Bro, I heard a rendition of the Bill Nye song by a metal band, and it actually went really hard. I know Bill Nye is still alive, but I wish that his show was still on right now. And that he was breaking down, like, AI and electric cars and stuff. We need Bill Nye back, bro. They need to bring back his show. Okay. I already remember this puzzle. Yep, we gotta go this way. See, and Homie keeps disappearing. Like, how am I supposed to believe that this is anything other than the spirit realm when Homie keeps disappearing? Alright, we just don't have enough faith for another upgrade right now. Another red capsule, we can't use that. Okay.
これに似た絵を見かけたような。
So they're not basic like that. They're not going to allow me to use the code from the last playthrough. That's cool. That makes me actually have to interact with the puzzles. I'm not mad at that. I was like, ooh, let me just put in the last code because I remember it. Negative.
なんでここに？
Alright, this is another thing I'm curious about. What the fuck is up with the doll, bro? Lightning cast down from the heavens, split asunder the decayed tree. From the earth grows Kutsu, the prophet of eternal prophecy. Okay, so here we are again with our second reference to Kutsu as the plant. Kutsu has been referenced twice, and that's the plant that is half of the pills that I'm not supposed to eat. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill, 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 Bill. Hey, bro, what happened to your face? Boom! Get countered, bitch. Attack, 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 attack. Alright, let's go find this shit quickly. Alright, we're looking for thunder and a tree or some shit. It's not here. It's not here. There we go.
多分これだ。
Alright.
他の絵も探さないと。
We've got the circle with the 2 dashes in the center. That's one. And now we gotta run around to the other ones. To whomever reads this note, it becomes so easy if you just stop and give up. I remember this. My previous response is that's not what I paid money to do, so I'm not gonna give up. I'm sorry. Konami cooked. I can't give up. Kutsu T. Let's go ahead and enshrine that. Dried carcass.
でもお供え物だったよね。
I will say I am digging the Japanese voiceover instead of the English dub. That is much better. I like it. Nope, had nothing to do with that passage. Mom, Dad, I don't think I'll make it home. I just wish I could see you one last time. Who's Mayumi? Nope, nope, nope. Maybe it has something to do with this plant up here.
あと一つ。
Yep. So we got a box with the T and the L combo. It's literally the same combo as last time. They're just not gonna let me do it until I run through the puzzle, which is poopy dookie. But at least the puzzles won't take for absolutely ever this time. Hey, there it is. It's the tree.
よし。錠前を試そう。
The circle with the line and the swerve. Fuck fighting these monsters. Okay, bye. You can try to chase me down if you want. I got that thick health bar, baby. Bro, back up off me, son. Boom. Counter that ass. Get wrecked. I stopped because there was something here. Divine water. Okay. What's this say? As I pass into the world of the dead, I pray only that I do not pass through the gates of hell. Please hear my prayer. What is that paper up there? I see a document. Yeah, bro, everything I'm seeing in the documents and in the scrawled writings leads me to believe that this is the spirit realm. Like, it's kind of a no-brainer. There's people talking about dying and shit. Like, what else am I supposed to believe here? Let's just take a little sneak peek, look around. Just in case we accidentally missed something. There's been messages on rocks and stuff. We never came over here before. Perspective on hierogamy. Tales of mortals, stop it, being wed to gods and spirits can be found throughout every culture across human history. Certainly from the perspective of humans, to tie oneself to a divine being is an undeniable honor. However, if one were to consider the opposite perspective, the divine being is binding themselves to a vulgar life form. What could possibly motivate them to make such a degrading choice? Countless seasons have passed since I first came to this sacred land of beauty and wonder. And yet, even now, if I consider whether I myself am worthy of such an honor, I cannot answer in the affirmative with any confidence. So I must ask myself, what benefit is there to such beings mixing their divine blood with that of lowly mortals? To be clear, I am overjoyed to be of some use to them. However, I cannot help but wonder. I mean, that's a good point. These are all good points. Whoever wrote that document was smart. Why would a god bother marrying a human? These monsters were never there before. Get wrecked. Ouch. Quit crying. Jeez, bro. How many hits does it take? Okay, that is new. That never happened in the original game, but I also never went over there in the original playthrough. So, I don't know if that's something that was supposed to happen, or if I'm fucking around and finding out quite successfully. I'm not certain. I don't want to fight no more. Leave me alone. Is there anything to be found to the right and to the left? Nah. Leave me alone. I'm minding my business. Let me just put that out here. What's over here? We had no reason to come over here before. Alright, that's the way to the main door. Deuces. See you later. What's this? A bandage. We want that. Okay, I think I've had a look around enough. Let me check the map. Yeah, we got the baby girl doll. We got the knife. We had a look at this creepy ass tree. Did we though? Was there anything else at that tree? Nah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's can we enshrine anything? Yeah, dried carcass. Boom. Pray. I've got 3 Emmas. Let's get some more sanity rolling. Let's save the game. And I believe we don't want red capsules. No red capsules. Yeah, we got something wrong, all right. There's that. The fuck? There it is. Boom. We're through the door. Okay. Open up. Yeah, where'd that man go? Is there anything to find in here? Nah. Key fashioned from mysterious stone. Judging from what he says, probably precious. It looks like it's made of jade. Mystic jade. Yep. And here comes this mist again. Fear the red mist. There's the baby girl. Don't trust the fox mask. Run, bitch, run! We gotta go. We gotta dip. Ouch. Off my ass. Hell yeah.
先ほどの扉は客人を招くためのものだ。だが、こちらの扉は聖域へ入ることを許された者にしか開かれない。
私は入っていいの？
もちろんだとも。君を招くために今日がある。
Ooh.
少し歩かねばならない。
Hold to skip to new cutscene. There's gonna be new content.
大丈夫です。
疲れたらすぐに言いなさい。では、行こうか。
I think Fox Guy is controlling the demons. Because the mist pops up. Okay. That's the end of Spiritual Realm 1. Did the baby knock me out? What? Spiritual Realm 2, Hinako knocked out by the doll. Interesting. Knocked out by the doll. Sakuko's dead. All right, that's another thing I'm gonna put up. Shu runs off every time. Shu almost... How do I make my YouTube titles? Just out of habit, like... I generally start off with the name of the game, and then I do a subtitle based off of what I'm doing that day. And so there is a website that I use called vidIQ that also uses an AI to like score my YouTube titles, and it like talks about how good or bad they are.
ごめん。もう行かなきゃ。
So I try my best to use that AI rating system to change it to something that evokes more emotion. But I mainly kind of just freeball it and then use the AI suggester tool to adjust and make them better as I go. All right, let's try to see if we can find any more documents around. All right, there's the monster that way. Let's turn back. I want to see how much I can explore before I got to start fighting folks. I'll fight if I have to. But I don't have any way to repair my shit right now. No documents on the street at all. Let's check the map. This all leads back to the house. Let's actually explore up that way. Because in a normal playthrough, I probably wouldn't be going back that way. There may be something I missed. Let's whoop some ass. With a lot of what I do on YouTube, to the best of my ability, what I do is I try to put myself in the head of a person scrolling YouTube. Suzutami Mayumi, last seen, white blouse, long navy skirt, beige neckerchief with black polka dots. Mayumi, that was the name of the note that we got in the spiritual world. Let's go ahead and write that down. Mayumi Suzu. God damn, I suck at writing Japanese names. Suzutani. Had a note in SR1. From a user, if the picture is good, I'll click even if the title sucks. Yes, I do believe that that is true. Thumbnail design matters quite a bit. One of the biggest changes that I have made in my thumbnail design is because, like, you're either going to be an instructor, a performer, or an entertainer, right? And a lot of different people are different combinations of these things. And whether I know it or not, I'm essentially marketing me as a personality on my YouTube channel. So I started putting bigger pictures of my face in the thumbnails. Because, like, that's what's going to make or break whether you're going to watch me. Like, if you step onto my channel, if you don't like who I am, you're not going to watch my streams, bro. That's what has dictated the way that I have made my thumbnails. is I grab a graphic from the game that I'm playing that day, and I find some way to incorporate
壊れかけてる。
a title
もう少しだけ持ってくれ。
that communicates that I'm live streaming, and a title and a picture of myself, because that's essentially what the channel is. Yep, it also helps people say, "Oh, that person." Exactly. That is a thing that I like. I watch other YouTube creators, and one of my favorite guys to watch for Marvel Rivals is a guy named Flats, and he puts his face in all of his YouTube thumbnails. So I thought that that was probably a good idea. Somebody moved the truck. I can't continue to fight because my weapon is deteriorating. Do you dark mode on YouTube? Do you mean like change the white to black? If so, then no, I do not. Best not let her drive. That's far more terrifying than the horror in this world. Oh my god. Zechariah coming through with the lady jokes. How you doing, Zechariah? Alright, I'm not really finding anything else new here. Though, if that box is locked, they've got to have given me a way to unlock it. Hell yeah, man. I hope work's going good for you. I use the dark mode. I wonder if a tone for background would help for both modes. I use the regular mode just because lighting is a big deal, and I actually get a good bit of lighting on my face from the YouTube. Alright, I will be right back, everybody. I have to use the bathroom in the worst way. I'll be right back. Okay. Police happenings. What's going on, bro? I used the dark mode. I wonder if it's on. Oh, you already said that. Yep. Welcome in police happenings. Okay, what was I looking for? There was a question mark up here on the map. Why is there a question mark on this? Gondor calls for aid. Uh-oh. Where was Gondor when the Westfall fell? Where was Gondor when our enemies closed in around us? My wife is being weird. I'm his wife. Welcome in, wife. Nice to meet you. Sometimes my wife hops in the stream and acts weird too. It's totally okay. That's absolutely a thing that just happens. I think it's just part of it. Okay, so that truck is keeping me from moving forward at all. Aw. Well, I'm glad somebody does. He's been keeping me company here recently. As some of our regulars have swapped around, he has become a new regular. What's going on, Jake? Okay, we can't go that way. Can we actually get around to that side? I'm jealous. I can't get my girlfriend to do anything remotely related to gaming. My wife plays games every once in a little while, but she plays like cozy games and stuff. She doesn't really like the type of stuff that I play. Hey, who's thumping and bumping around here? My girlfriend played Mario for 20 minutes and said she was exhausted. That's funny. Oh, wow. Oh, whatever could have caused this. Maybe it's the crazy monster folks. Alright, they're actively closing off where I can and can't go. So, exploration is going to be incredibly guided, since there are lots of places I can't dive into right now. Okay. Well, we're back over here. I think we gotta go up to this area. Yeah, we just gotta go straight down this. Marvel Zombies was epic and fun. Was it a comic you read? I played Tomb Raider on the PC back in the 90s. I play The Sims once in a while. That's my extent of gaming. Hey, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. OG Tomb Raider was awesome. I actually like OG Tomb Raider better than new Tomb Raider. And I don't know of girls who play games who don't like The Sims. I don't know what it is about The Sims. My wife loves The Sims. The Sims just hits that spot, I guess. Ouch. Quit hurting Hinako. It's a new Disney Plus show? Bro, I might have to check that out. I don't even know if we still have Disney Plus. I think we got rid of it because we were trying to save money. Marvel Zombies was a comic book series that I kept up with a little bit. Ouch. I'm gonna need a new weapon soon. Yep, exactly what Hinako was just about to say. I'm gonna need a new weapon. Oh, what's this? Can I go up this ladder? No, I don't think I can. Ooh, we got a steel pipe on our hands. Let's go. I don't understand why I can't take the kitchen knives off of the crazy zombies. That's the only thing I'm not liking, is they clearly have melee weapons. I should be able to strip the melee weapons off of them. But it's whatever. Oh, you almost got me. Sit the fuck down. Okay. Ooh, we have a document. We have a document. Traditionally, the residents of this town have long relied on folk medicine for medical care. Even to this day, a number of the more elderly members of the community still turn to herbal remedies over modern medicine. Too many times do I get these older patients come to me only after exhausting the usefulness of their traditional remedies. I just wish they would come to me sooner before it is too late for them. I was given the chance to discuss my concerns with one of the EYs, a family who have stood as the town's physician for generations, and to my pleasant surprise, they asked if I would give some talks to educate the elderly on modern medicine. I want to respect local traditions as best I can, though. After all, folk medicine and modern medicine are just two sides of the same coin. I believe they can and should coexist with each other. That seems to be an underlying theme that I did not pick up in my first playthrough, is the kudzu root. It is a folk remedy that they use around Ebisugaoka. And it seems to make them more vulnerable to the spiritual possession, which is not good. Bitch, I will whip that ass. You too, come get some. Yo, I am running through some weapons right now. This isn't good. I'm doing the exact opposite of my last playthrough where I tried not to fight. This time I'm fighting literally everything. Shoulder bag. Nice. The mothership has dispatched countless miniature UFOs. These tiny round discs attach themselves to innocent folks' heads and brainwash them to take over their body. Have you noticed any strange objects on the back of your loved ones' heads? Uh-oh. It's them damn UFOs, bro. Put on your tinfoil hat. Them aliens are coming for us. It would be really nice if I could get a toolkit. That's all I'm saying. A toolkit would be dope. Higashi. What's this? Research Journal Photo 2. A photo attached to a rescue journal. It appears to be a clue collected by a researcher investigating the folklore of Ebi Sugaoka. In the Muromachi period, the Great Famine of Oi had young individuals desperate for quick money, and so they searched for the legendary sword. One story even claims that the sword was discovered. However, the youth who found it became consumed by the Taira clan's resentment and massacred the others one after another. After that, the sword became known as the Sacred Sword, and it is thought to contain the lingering animosity of the defeated Taira soldiers. Was the sword hidden after that? There is not enough information. I must search for the Jizo statues myself. I was able to get in contact with a resident who knows the location of an old Jizo statue. This may be my first clue that will lead me to the sword. Unfortunately, I am going to have to find the sword. If I want the ending I'm looking for. Stop, 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 stop. Oh my god. Yeah, let's go ahead and enshrine all of that. Enshrine some of that. Okay. Yeah, the fog is getting a little intense. It's not my favorite. I want to go back and go up the other road. What's going on down here?
あの化け物もういないよね。
Can't go up that way. Son of a bitch. I know what sounds odd to say I was born in the 1900s. I know, doesn't it make you sound so incredibly old when you say something common like that? I was also born in the 1900s. Dried carcass. There we go. We got a toolkit. Hell yeah. Which weapon do I want to heal? I want to heal one of my steel pipes, baby. All right, we're good to go. Sacred sword. One, two. Old folks home, here we come. Oh, bro. I know this sounds rough, but I've been inside of old folks' homes. I'll take myself out before I end up there, dog. Not to be too dark about it, but I ain't doing all that. Whoa. This is what I'll tell you, bro. Save up while you're young, because it is comparably as expensive to go on cruises for the rest of your life as it would be to be put up in an old folks' home. I would much rather cruise for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm currently looking for that right there. I've got to find these Jizo statues if I want to get the sacred sword and get the real ending. I just get to see if my family curse skips me or not. What's your family curse? Is it something terrible like Alzheimer's or dementia? Cancer seems to end everyone early. Well, at least that is a lot more environmental than it is genetic. So just try to take care of yourself, man. Bro, I can't see shit. Damn it.
シュウいるか？
なんだ相棒。
今のこの状況、いつまでも宇宙船総合校していたい。私かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。
だったら互いの頬をつねり合ってみるか。
いや、自分の頬くらい自分でつねれる。
I've had some cancer deaths in my family as well.
残念だが。
Most of them were tied to an environmental cause. My grandfather ended up contracting pancreatic cancer that ended up metastasizing into his small intestine. But that's because Granddad liked to paint cars in a body shop without a respirator on. Not the smartest move. And then my aunt got cancer. I can't remember what kind, but that's because she worked at Orkin And I don't know if you know this, but the stuff that they spray on bugs isn't good for humans. Not really her fault. They didn't have knowledge like that back then. But in my experience, if you can mitigate some of the environmental hazards of modern life, you should be okay.
また道が
Another dead end. Okay. I hope I don't miss out on an opportunity to get these Jizo statues, bro. I don't know where the fuck they're at. Now that I remember what you and your wife do, her username makes way more sense. I have an idea. Jizo statue, Silent Hill F. Not interested in AI. Location map. Shit. I might have fucked myself. I can get the second one for sure. What's up, baby?
Hi.
What's up?
Nothing. I popped the door open a little bit because Merlin's like laying outside of it.
Okay. Man, I was supposed to get one of these in the very beginning part of the game, and now I don't have it. I might have to do that off stream. That sucks. Whoa. Holy shit. Okay, that one did scare me. I'll give it to him. That one did scare me. Alright, I do have one question. Can you miss your opportunity to get a Jizo statue? Son of a bitch, bro. I'm Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. I looked up is VR and non-VR. Oh, okay. All right, so I need to go all the way up this street here and up to the temple. I'll get it and find out. I really hope that I'm not going to have to play through the beginning of the game all over again.
この先にある昨今とこの神社よく行ったな
Okay, let's have a look. On the way to Rinko's house, head up the northmost path of the farm fields, leading further, blah, blah, blah. Head back onto the path where it splits in the opposite. Find the offering on the right-hand side of Sakuko's family shrine. Bro, there's gotta be a way to make it back to the Shimizu residence. This is disappointing. I'm locked out of the part of the game that I need to be at.
Oi, 相棒。リンコの家はそっちじゃないぜ。
ごめんぼんやりしてた
ここ、サクコの家の神社だよな。あんまり思い詰めるな。急いでリンコを探そう。
そうだな行こう
I'll probably just reload a save at the beginning of the game and play all the way back up off stream so y'all don't have to watch me struggle through that shit. I wish I would have known. The very first offering you've got to get is before the nightmare even starts. Ooh, I got a toolkit. You're in trouble.
何
That way's blocked off. That way is a dead end. Go, 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 go. Come on, Himeko, go. That didn't help at all. What is this? The legend of Ebisugoka's monster, Aya Kakashi. Long ago, there was a sighting of a scarecrow monster known as Aya Kakashi in Ebisugoka. It appeared one sweltering summer day deep within the crop fields, dancing the most peculiar dances like a hot ripple of air. People warned not to let one's gaze settle for too long upon its bizarre figure or try to get close to Aya Kakashi, for it will chase any who do to the ends of the earth before taking their life. Crazy shit. Bro, I'm real deal not trying to have to fight all of you. My weapon durability is not gonna last. Okay. That seems like another dead end. What do we got here? First aid kit. Nice. Another fucking dead end. Okay. Seems I've got a... Whoa, what in the hell was that? I think the only thing scarier than running through a cornfield is actually running through a rice field in the fog. Bro, what the fuck? All the way forward to the end, take a left. No! Get off me, bitch! Ouch! Whoa. I don't want red capsules. Yeah, steel pipe, baby. A fresh one. I like a fresh weapon. Let me get a toolkit. I remember this. Come on, come on. I'm sad this isn't a button mash situation, because I'd be killing it if it was. Nope, we ain't gonna make it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Faster. Yeah, there we go. Get me in there. We gotta move. We gotta move. Whee!
大丈夫か。
なんとかな。
よかった。純子さんに頼まれたんだ。何があってもお前を守れってな。
お姉ちゃんが？
ずいぶん前の話さ。さあ、行こうぜ。
行こう。
Yep, dried carcass. A little bit more faith. It's almost not worth the ramen. It is worth the chocolate and ramen together, though. Do the antique comb. Nope. I need them upgrades.
Ko で遊んだのいつの頃だっけな。
懐かしいね、ここ。幼い頃、この辺りで迷ってワンワン泣いた記憶がある。
お前が泣くとこが想像できないぜ。
もうずいぶん長いこと泣いた記憶がない。
お前は何でも我慢して心に溜め込む悪い癖があるからな。春にはメダカやオタマジャクシ捕まえたっけ。水が気持ちよかったな。ほら。田んぼで遊んで泥だらけになって怒られたこともあったっけ。
こんな状況なのに懐かしい思い出ばかりを。
Oh, I remember this fucking puzzle.
今ではどれも懐かしいな。 辛くなったらいつでも泣けよ。俺が絶対に相談に乗ってやるからな。
ありがとう相棒。
よし行こうぜ。霧が深いな。リンクのやつ無事だといいんだが。
相棒。
Swap that out for the old baseball bat. That way. I remember this puzzle pissed me off the first time. This is actually one of the scarier puzzles in the game, I'll be honest. I can't remember which one it was. Shit. Shit. Well, fuck me. No. There it is. Okay. Get off me, son. that direction, right there. Okay. Uh Come on over here, freaky ass. Ouch. Ow, that really hurts. Please stop doing that. Bitch, I will actually run away from you and do nothing about it. Whoa. At around 6 p.m., the girl's family discovered her floating face down in the waterway after being carried 2 kilometers downstream from where she initially fell in. She was transported to a nearby hospital where she was pronounced dead on arrival. Multiple accidents have occurred due to this waterway in the past, but a single prevention measure has yet to be put in place. So there was just kids dying out here. Hey, you ain't got to throw it back like that, all right? Leave me alone. Go away. Nobody want to deal with your ass. Go away. Alright, that's enough. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to evaluate my options. Alright, if it's normally the one with the freaky face, it should be this one, right? Nope. Wrong one. Wrong one again. Oh my god. Alright, there's only so many options left now. Holy shit. Parents and guardians. When children are lost and begin to panic, they become less able to pay attention to the surroundings. There are numerous reports of children running around areas they are not familiar with when falling into waterways and reservoirs and drowning. If you come across a lost child, please offer your help to them. I have an idea. They all look the same. What the fuck, bro? Bitch, you are not fooling me. I hear your freaky ass stepping in the dirt. You too. Whoa. I only want to see the real options, okay? Ah! Son of a bitch. There it is. This evening, the lifeless body of Shimizu Hanako was found in a crop field waterway after she presumably drowned to death. It is suspected that she panicked after losing her way and began running around in the dark. This is likely when she stumbled and fell into the waterway. The name of the actual child who tragically died has been replaced with cutout letters of my name. What a disgusting prank. Uh-oh, we're about to get a new cutscene.
咲子はあんないい子がどうして。
これ以上ここにとどまるのは危険だ。町を出た方がいい。
町を出るって、お父さんやお母さんは、みんなは。
助けを呼ぶためにも今は行動を急いだ方がいいかもしれない。
みんなを見捨てるわけじゃない。助けるためにも一度脱出する必要があるんだ。
でも町を出るって言ってもあれじゃ無理だよ。
無理ってどういう意味だ。
そっちの窓から鉄橋が見えるよ。霧が濃くなければ。
嘘だろ。
Oates brother.
どうしよう。
東の鉄橋がダメなら西の県道を目指そう。
柊の家の裏山を抜けるのか。
あの山越えられるの？
わさび田への道がある。うちだけの抜け道だ。リンコ、念のため薬や絆創膏を持っていきたい。
台所に救急箱あるよ。取ってくるね。
あ、私も一緒に行こう。手伝う。
相棒が一緒なら安心だ。
Always a shortcut. You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. That's what I'm saying. Give me the long way. In a horror movie, give me the long way every time. Okay. Reality 2 ends. Pushed down stairs by Brinko. Fuck Rinko, bro. She's such a bitch the whole time. What if they were both the same person? I don't even know, dude.
私一体
I don't even know, dude.
いた。もう少し待っててくれてもいいのに。
What do you mean alter personalities? Like between the spirit world and this world? Because that's kind of, or the real world, because that's kind of what is suggested. That the spirit world Hinako is like a projection of her future, where the reality is a projection of who she's been. Alright, before I get too much further in the game, I have to find a save point. and fix what I fucked up to get the real ending that I want. Well, I mean, the friend is not a friend, but herself, just an idle version of herself. Maybe, like, maybe Rinko was taken over by the spirit version of herself. Maybe. Because one of the primary folklore tales about Kitsune is them possessing women's bodies. So that is very possible. That is very possible. Alright. Let's save my progress here. Unfortunately, we're at a point now where I'm going to have to fix something. The game has built-in stick drift. That's what I'm saying, bro.
私は
Okay.
そしたら
Silent Hill F. How to get the Sacred Sword. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I might have not fucked it up. Jizo statue offerings. Silent Hill F. The first Jizo statue is located near Hinako's house in Ebisogoka at the beginning of the town. It requires to offer the faded bride doll that can be found inside the pantry of the neighbor's house. Rusted flask. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on a second. Never mind. Never mind. I went through this, and the statue that you're supposed to get is the first Jizo statue offering. So I thought I fucked up, but I didn't.
神様
Nah, bro. Come on now. Don't be a dick. The built-in stick drift is hilarious. Okay. Boom. We're good. We're actually good. I thought I was bad, but I'm good. Items. Discard. We don't want any red capsules. Actually, hold on a second. Enshrine. I'm gonna have to test it on another game, but I don't have stick drift at all in other games that I have checked. Either this is a brand new development or this game's bugging. Okay, hold on. Yokan. There's a door I've got to open with the storage door key. Drain from the sacrifice her blood, sparing not a drop, and add unto it wine that has been distilled 8 times over. Spare her body of its earthly viscera, and fill it instead with rice that has been mixed with the master's saliva before sealing it shut with the needle and thread. In the dark shall the vessel rest undisturbed until the redolent odor of wine rises from her skin. Adorn her in fine garments befitting a bride, then set her afloat on a raft of straw so her blood wine may seep into the water's surface. Do this, and into the depths she shall sink, quelling the wrath that waits below. That's some dark shit. Ooh. Increase my inventory even more. What the hell? Is that an arm? It is a core tenet of Shintoism that each land throughout all Japan is protected by its own deities. From this, people pray to the gods so that they and their lands might be blessed. In turn, their belief strengthens the gods and gives them the ability to better protect the land in a beneficial cycle of reciprocation. Thus, the bond between humans and gods is vital to the prosperity of both. If the underlying strength of this bond can indeed be explained through mortal blood, then the reason for the gods joining themselves in sacred matrimony to mortals who called their land home becomes evident. Perhaps it is through the addition of their blood that the bond between mortal and God is strengthened. And if this is true, then I should think that frequently upholding such forms of unification would be best for all involved. However, in practice, marital bonds between mortal and deity are vanishingly rare. It is a mystery why this is so, or perhaps I find the greater mystery to be, why was I chosen? These notes were left behind by somebody else who was chosen. Maybe Junko? Because when we see Junko later, she totally has a mask on. Don't believe the fox words, stay away from the western room. So this is still a big question I have. What's up with the doll, man? The doll knocked her out at the beginning.
あそこ空いてたっけ？
あ
Something opened this room for me and gave me what I needed. What does this say? Don't trust him. Inari sculpture. Got her ass. Let's go. The inscription on the polearm reads, Ominokami Munemasa, also known as Indamana. Indamana is another word for Inazuma, meaning lightning. This likely refers to the unique pattern of the blade's steel. Many alternative theories exist about the origin of the name Inadama. One such theory suggests that a man commissioned the blade, then gifted it to Ulna, who was his Zuma, meaning wife, upon their wedding. Another theory states that, due to Inazuma also meaning bountiful harvest, the name was meant to represent the family's wish for continued prosperity for generations to come.
これ大事なものだと思うけど。すいません。お借りします。
There's really nothing to... Well, take the chocolate. Pray. I still can't do nothing with that. I also never...
サクコ
Alright, let's investigate the door.
ダメだ。開かない。
So now we're finding all of these notes talking about marriage between deities and humans. Bitch, let's go. Get a bandage. Dried carcass for an offering. We like that. Ouch. Bro, come the fuck on. Okay, we staggered the shit out of her.
Shoko. こんなところに
What is this? Housemate's note. February 15th. There can be no two ways about it. The family is indeed cursed, and I am the only one who knows the full story. I must tell the master all I know, for if I do not, the curse will certainly befall me as well. May the gods have mercy on me. What family? Symptoms are at onset are as follows: headache, fever, vertigo, chills, vomiting, diarrhea. At first, I believed signs pointed to a seasonal cold. However, after prescribing medicine, the symptoms did not improve. In fact, they worsened. The crimson spring gushing from the womb deep within is the Shimizu family.
これうちのこと
They're talking about her family. Hold up, what's that say? The ritual was held, the Igarashi clan, the last descendants. Not enough. The honorable blood, fill it up, make it full, otherwise. The patient's conditions are declining suddenly and rapidly. Symptoms are as follows: labored breathing, cognitive impairment, quadriplegia, involuntary movements. In addition to these, an even stranger symptom has arisen. The patient's facial features appear to be deforming. The patient's faces remain stuck in expressions of constant strain, their teeth bare, their eyes narrowed into a menacing glare. The fuck? Why would there be writings about her family in a spiritual realm?
こっちこっちこっちだよひなこ
サクコサクコなのどこ
Nothing to read, nothing to read. I want them documents, bro. I need those juicy documents. Come on. I need the information. I'm trying to read so hard right now. Somebody knocked over that whole ass thing. Oh, shit. Don't take the red capsules, bro. Discard that shit. Get rid of it. Straight heavies, bro. Stagger this bitch. Let's go. Is there anything to find over here? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Arari. Ouch. What an asshole thing to do. Who jumps off of the ceiling? It's so rude. got my TikTok set up. Guess we see how that works. Hey, if you want a follower, bro, I don't know what your TikTok name is, but I also have a TikTok. I'll give you your first follow if you find me. I stay trying to get TikTok to take off for me, but I can't really break out of like 300 views on a clip. I think it's because I take the same clips that I put on YouTube and I put them in there, and I think that the same way that Facebook penalizes you for having other platforms mentioned in the content, I think that TikTok penalizes you as well. So I'm going to have to start exporting 2 different versions of my clips. I just haven't gotten onto it yet.
サクコ、そっちにいるの。
My link for TikTok is dead. What? The hell? Hold on a second. You're absolutely right. It is dead. Yeah. This is literally pasted directly from... Oh, wow. I think that YouTube and TikTok are beefing, because if you copy that link and you put it into Google, it will bring you directly to my TikTok. I think YouTube and TikTok are beefing. That's crazy. I never knew that. Well, no wonder the description isn't working. Everything else is working? Let me check. Does my Instagram pull up? Yeah, Instagram pulls up. Does my Twitter pull up? Oh shit, it's a baby doll. Yep, my Twitter pulls up. I mean... I don't know what to do about that, man. I mean, it makes sense. If I were YouTube, just finish my listen through of Avenged Sevenfold. I just saw that message, Kevin. I hope you've not been here for too terribly long. Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold's good, man. That's good stuff. if I were YouTube, I wouldn't want people to be able to reach TikTok from my platform either. So I kind of don't. I kind of don't blame them. All right, let's go kill this bitch. I was kind of spooked on how sudden the transition was to prog metal in their latest album. I'll have to listen to it, man. I haven't really been listening to. I haven't been listening to a lot of music lately. I've been so wrapped up in streaming that I've been listening to more about books in video games than any music. That was their album with a new drummer, though, no? What in the Dark Souls is this? You're silly. I'm here to save you. Hell yeah. Why is Hinako saying she's trying to save me? Or not Hinako. Sakuke. Liar. The more you refuse to give in, the more you'll suffer. I know you want nothing more than to not be here. Yeah, that was the original type of content I made, was musical content. Yeah, they did. Heed my command as law and yield to me. And the entire time Tsukake was talking about saving her.
つきものの分際でここへ踏み入ろうと愚かな。
今のは
君についてきた汚れだろう。もう失せた。安心していい。
This is very strange, bro. This is very strange.
属性に生きる以上、汚れがつくことは仕方がない。払えばいいだけのことだ。行こう。
So that suggests that he has some type of control over evil spirits.
この先は神聖な領域だ。私も君も汚れは持ち込めない。ここで汚れを落とす。
I don't know how to use TikTok. Oh, it's easy. You'll get it. So I'm reading here that in Shintoism, there are kami, yokai, and mitama. So there is a distinct difference between gods and ancestral spirits and people who have died.
君も。
はい。
So I think as I'm understanding it, this guy is a kami, or is pretending to be a kami, and just banished a yokai? I don't know. This is the other part that's really weird.
いや
大丈夫。ただの水だよ。
Why is she seeing the purifying water as lava? Don't trust the fox mask. They never showed that before in the first one. Of course, I know what happens. Okay.
平子おい
End of Spiritual Realm 2. Passes out
あんた階段から落ちたんだよ。
after water,
腕どうした
purity,
引っ掛けて破いちゃったのかな。
ritual.
特にあざはないみたいだな痛むところはないか
うん大丈夫。
それはよかった。
Now we're into reality part 3.
どうした？
That was the end of spiritual reality part 2.
時間を無駄にした。
よし行こう。
私をちゃんと守ってよ。私ひな子みたいに強くないんだから。
分かってる。俺から離れるな。目指すは俺の家だ。裏道から山を越え県道に出よう。俺が先頭を行く。相棒はしんがりを。
分かった。
私はシュウ君の後ろにいるね。真ん中なら安心だし。
しんがりは引き受けた。
Man. This is actually confusing the shit out of me. We're getting more info this time, but it's not really clarifying anything. Why did Rinko push her down the stairs? All right. Head to the mountain behind Ebisugaoka. So I've got my first 2 offerings for the legendary sword. Actually, I'm curious about a thing. I want to check something out. Is there any documentation over here? Anything I can find? Negative. Hold up. We got a bandage. We want that. We got some Ramone. We want that. Can't go this way because there's a fucking truck in the way. So in the New Game Plus, we're seeing a whole lot more documentation talking about the bloodline of the Shimizu house, which is where Hinako is from. And we're also seeing a lot more documentation about marriage between gods and mortals. Which seems to be the theme of her trek through the spiritual realm. I think I should be able to get a level up now. Yes. Let's go for more health. I don't think we can go this way because it's all blocked off. Yep. Red capsules. We don't want to take the red capsules. That's got the kutsu in it.
こっちだ。
大丈夫か相棒。化け物につけられてないか。
問題ない。
Nah, not that you would know.
このこと相棒って呼ぶの？相棒なんて呼び方、小学生の男子みたい。
相棒は相棒さ。俺は相棒を女扱いしてない。
そうだな。された覚えもない。
立ち話は終わりだ。行くぞ。
Let's have a little peek around here again. Yeah, steel pipe, baby. Got a fresh one. Hold on a second. Head back onto the path where it splits in opposite direction. Son of a bitch, bro. I hope I can still go up this way. This is a complicated ass thing to do. Sakuko's mailbox. Dear Sakuko, you mustn't ever speak again about how you hear otherworldly voices talking or singing. Puberty is a difficult time. You may hear and see strange things you can't explain. The same thing happened. God damn it. Can you stop stick drifting, please?
昨今地の
Same thing happened to me when I was your age. However, it's nothing more than your imagination playing tricks on you. If your friends find out, though, they'll label you the strange girl, they'll abandon you, ostracize you, because around here, once rumors spread, people will never look at you the same again.
郵便受けの鍵
Okay, so not only do we have to find an offering, but we have to find a statue to bring it to. Man, this particular article is not making it easy for me to understand. I'm going to be honest with you. But we got one offering and delivered it. We've got another offering and we still got it, but we've got to deliver it. And we'll need 2 more offerings and 2 more statues in order to get this sword and then cleanse it. And then I should be able to get the true ending of the game. Y'all making a lot of complicated shit. What's up, baby? Do you have your heating pad on? No. Yeah. Be right back, everybody. Oh, okay. So, I've got 2 different things here. Near Ninako's house. Bro, I'm gonna be really pissed. First is beginning. It requires offer be found inside the pantry. Okay, I'm gonna hope. But I mean, there's a chance that this whole playthrough is kind of fucked now. But at least we'll learn more. Because I'm not playing this game a 3rd time. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it. Huh. A fox attack.
先生ですか？
There are numerous tales of those who blaspheme against the Inari faith being possessed by the fox. These tales, however, have no quantitative scientific basis. Of course, however, I want to try to my best to avoid outright refuting tradition and local beliefs. The effectiveness of any medicine provided to a patient who believes himself sick due to the fox's possession is drastically low. As a man of science, I surprise even myself here when I say that for the best results, patients should be told to offer their sincere prayers to Inari-san prior to seeking medical treatment. Damn, so they've got a history of Inari possession in this village, is what I'm picking up. Not the eyeballs. Why the eyeballs, though? Let's have it replace Higashi.
そんな誰かいるの？
Congratulations. Why are they saying congratulations? If this is all a psychosis, could the radio be a window into the actual world? Bitch, I'm out. Have fun in there. I have no reason to fight you anymore.
Aibo, 妙な化け物が増えてる気がしないか？
お前の宇宙戦争だって妙な宇宙人がどんどん増えてっただろうが。
きなこってシュウ君と話すときは男の子みたいな喋り方。
Don't tell her she sounds manly.
昔の癖が今
I would hit Rinko with a pipe. I'll tell you what.
俺たちは幼い頃からの付き合いだ。
Go ahead and whap her one time.
だから男女の関係にはならなかったってわけ。
今はそんな話をしてる時じゃないぞ。行こう。
Bro, the stick drift is insane. Please stop. Nope, no red capsules.
何あれ。やだ、気持ち悪い。
あいつらまさか気持ち悪いので街を飲み込む気なのか。
化け物が多すぎる。
迂回しよう。街を突っ切るのは危険すぎる。
私たちの千鶴や、どうしてこんな。
中学校の方へ向かってそこから山道を登ろう。だいぶ遠回りになるが街は避けられる。よし行こう。
Okay, there's literally nothing to find, nowhere to go. Let's swap it out for this shit right here. Shit, can't go that way. Speed dodge that shit. Okay. I've kind of, let me see. We'll push a tiny bit further. Yeah, I don't want any of that. Ferrari, that's cool. Let's get a fresh steel pipe. Quit breaking shit. You loud as hell. I don't care about Higashi. No, we don't need that. We need to wait till we're getting closer to the middle school.
二人はどこに？ ひなこ、こっち。
Fuck that. Ooh, I do need that antique comb. Let's swap it out for this. Ouch, bro. I'm just trying to find items, man. You don't gotta be so mean about it. Can I get past y'all, please? Thank you. Let's go ahead and use a bandage, because we need one, and that'll make room for one more. A good day is always an extraordinary day. An extraordinary day isn't always good, though. With that in mind, today is a bit too extraordinary. So be careful, Hinako. Bro, alright, I'm sick of it. I'm trying to look around. I'm trying to explore. You're pissing me off. Nothing in here. What's this? Don't need Kutsuti. Don't need Higashi. Okay. Looks like that's the only way to go. The deuces. Let's ditch some of my inventory here. Please stop, please stop. Okay.
Shu君、嘘ついてるよね。
知らねえよ。
騙せてると思う？ひなこを。
ひなこ、遅かったな。心配してた。
心配してなかったよ。相棒なら絶対に大丈夫って言ってた。
そうか。ありがとう。
Toolkit, we like that. This is the part of the game that I'm having the hardest time understanding, is when Rinko keeps talking about me like I'm dead. I really don't know how to rationalize that in my theory crafting. And the fact that my friends keep speeding by and leaving me behind in the mist makes me feel like we literally never see Rinko or Shu actually fight a bad guy. Makes me feel like they're not real. I have not seen a single blow delivered to a zombie or a monster. They reference the monsters, but they don't fight them. They always just run. It doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, this is where the next location should be. I'm gonna keep bringing it up until you snap back to reality.
なら言ってあげる。ひな子はね、死んだんだよ。ひな子は向こうの世界で楽しくやっているんだから。
She's living a better life in another world.
相棒、遅かったな。さあ、行こうぜ。
Yeah, this just doesn't make any fucking sense. This is the one part of my game that I don't have figured out, because I have no idea what this is about. Were those it? The broken sandals? Yep. Do people still use the word esoteric? Yeah, they do. For sure. It means hidden from the masses. Kind of like the true meaning of this fucking story is very esoteric.
もうダメ。しばらく休ませて。
相棒も疲れただろ。休んでてくれ。俺は鍵を探してくる。
分かった。
え、シュウ君が一緒じゃないと嫌だよ。心細いよ。お願い、一緒にいて。
Esoterica is a branch of study. You just got an esoteric meme?
後からついてくるだけだったひな子の方が余裕あるって。
おい、そんな言い方をするなよ。
私は気にしない。二人とも休んでてくれ。行ってくる。
Esoteric literally means intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest, is the definition. It basically says... It's basically the Pedro Pascal smiling meme when it says when you ask your friend to sing at your wedding and he sings this and then it plays Layla by Eric Clapton. Okay. Stop with the stick drift. All right. I think I'm going to call it here. I've already played this game, so I'm not pushing so terribly hard to get through it a second time. I've got some more answers, but still a bunch of questions. There's a lot of things I still don't really understand. I kind of get a bit more of the folklore behind what's happening in the spirit world. But I don't understand why her friends keep talking about her like she's gone. That doesn't make any sense to me. And I also am hoping that I can figure out this alternate ending, because I was supposed to deliver one of these offerings to a shrine near the Shimizu residence, and I will go back there later in the game, but I don't know if that shrine is going to be accessible. So I might end up with literally the same fucking ending. But that's okay. We can always just look them up later online. I am enjoying the extra content There is a lot more around. There's a lot more circling around the marriage between a deity, and I have this sneaking suspicion that the messages coming through the radio are what's going on in the real world, and that both of these worlds, the spiritual reality and the reality we're in right now, are a part of a psychotic break. Because in the first ending, it made it seem like she lost her shit and murdered a bunch of people at a wedding. Presumably her own wedding. And like one of the radio translations was people saying congratulations. That's something someone says at a wedding. One of the other ones was Sakuke talking about, extraordinary days, and what's a more extraordinary day than your own wedding. I just don't know yet. I thought I would have figured out more before the end of another New Game Plus. But the biggest question I'm going to be going into the next session with is, why the fuck do they keep talking about Hinako like she's already dead? Is that just Rinko being a horrible bitch out of jealousy? Or is there actually something to that lore-wise? I'm not certain. Because if I remember correctly, the next 20-30 minutes is just us finding messages around the school of Rinko being a horrible bitch to Hinako, basically wishing that she was dead and things like that, because she wants Shu for herself. I really don't know. But we'll find out tomorrow. I'm not going to push that much further. If you're hanging out in the Twitch chat, the Kick chat, the YouTube chat, consider a like and a sub or a follow. There is also a link to the stream Discord at the top of the chat. We'd love to see you there. I'm going to be back again with some more New Game Plus of Silent Hill F. And I hope to see you there. But for the time being, you all have a wonderful night. And I will see you in the next one. See you later.